Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. I want to talk to you about something I believe you'll find useful in your family, in your relationship, in your businesses, and every aspect of your life. Have you ever wondered, have you ever thought about how can I deal with procrastination? How can I overcome where things are? Today, if you're looking for the answers to these questions, I'm glad to tell you that you are in the right place. Well, first, let me read something to you from the Bible. As you read from the book of Zechariah 4:10, it says, "Do not despise this small beginning, for the Lord rejoices to see the work begin, to see the plumb line in Zerubbabel's hand." What does this mean? God is calling us to overcome all the things are. And I've heard people say this, that the richest place in the world is actually the graveyard, because this is where you find dreams unfulfilled, songs unsung. But today, I want to challenge you that you don't need a better place. No, you don't need a better tool. If you want to get something done, you have to start where you are with what you've got. And this leads me to what I want to talk to you about today, which is the principle of scalability. The principle of scalability. If you look around yourself, if you look around nature, you'll find this principle. Let me give you one example. Somebody's walking down the countryside. It sees a beautiful piece of land, a very nice plot, well located, well situated. It buys this land. First and foremost, it clears the bush. It lays the foundation, and little by little, it begins to build. This is what I'm talking about. You need to learn that you've got to start where you are, then you scale. You don't start a building from the roof. No, you begin from the foundation. And one block upon one block upon each other, you get a very nice head, a very beautiful building that people will look and say, wow, this is mind-blowing. This is stunning. But it starts without one small step. You know what? Life has a way of taking care of and rewarding people who are faithfully and diligently doing what they can do with what they have and where they are. Let me say that again so that you can really get it. Life has a way of rewarding people who are faithfully and diligently doing what they can with what they have, where they are. You know, when I was growing up, I used to think when I have this, when I get to this place, when I move to this place, then I'm going to have all that I need to do what I need to do. But I've come to realize that no, it doesn't work that way. Because even if you get to that place, if you get to that beautiful city, if you get to that age, you still find that there are a lot of excuses, a lot of reasons why you cannot or why you shouldn't do what you should do. So I'm inviting you to just do it. Get over your excuses and just get it done. It's one way you can only get things, it's actually the only way. Starting with what you have, where you are, and now. The time is now. Let me tell you about this principle in agriculture. You see, when a farmer buys a chick, have you ever wondered why you buy a chick? Have you ever thought about that? The answer has to do with faith. You know, some of us, or many of us, want to sit here take a sort of look into our future and see all the obstacles and see all the challenges and devise means to overcome. Otherwise, we're not going to move. Oh, when I get there, oh, there's a bridge. Oh, when we get there, oh, this is going to happen. How do I overcome it? But you see, you need to take a step of faith. Faith is what you need. Because faith says, no, you don't have to figure everything out. You don't have to understand everything. Because you cannot. But you can trust God that He's in charge, that He knows the end from the beginning, that He owns tomorrow. And no matter what, He will never abandon you, He will never leave you. That reminds me of this beautiful promise in the Bible that says, I will go before you, and I will be your real God, your real reward. So when you're stepping out, when you're launching out in faith, just as Abram did, he didn't say, oh Lord, I need to know all the obstacles. I need to know all the battles I'm going to fight on the way, the Red Sea, the Jordan River. If you are that kind of person that wants to figure everything out, you want to have a sort of a plan, detailed plan, I'm sorry. Got news for you. You probably will never get anything done. And probably you've seen that. Do you put things out? Today, what you need is faith. It's faith. It's faith that things will work out. That even though you don't understand it now, that by and large, when we get there, the Lord will open doors. It's not going to open all the doors at once because you're going to get overwhelmed. Let me tell you this. Think of a married woman. I say a single man because I don't mean to offend anyone, but I'm just saying, think of a parent, a mother or father, who when you have a child, just think with me. Imagine the number of diapers you're going to change. And if someone were to ask you, and it changes diapers outwards, all the dishes you ever do in your lifetime, if you were to do all those dishes at once, you see my point? You can do it. So what do? One dish at a time. One dish at a time. One day at a time. One step at a time. And you get where you want to get. You achieve what you want to achieve. All your dreams, it's got to be one step at a time. Let me share with you another principle. More often than not, did you know, dreams are truncated, not for lack of drive or tenacity, but because of the dreamer's failure to start small. To start small is an ability to start where he is, with what he's got. So if you're waiting until everything falls in place, until you have that call, until you get that degree, that qualification. For example, you want to start a YouTube channel and you're thinking, until I know how to talk, until I know how to be a good communicator, to convince people, to be a fine orator, otherwise I won't start. Who told you? Who lied to you? You believe in a lie. Because you need to start. I remember when I started writing on Quora. By the way, I'm one of the top writers on financial data on Quora. Well, did you know that when I started out, right now, when I look at some of my articles or posts 4 or 5 years ago, they look like trash to me. It's like, what? Did I actually write this? But I needed to write those ones in order to get where I am today. Did you catch the point? I'll say that again. I needed to write those not so great, not so beautiful posts and articles in order to get to where I am today. Now it's so easy to say, hey, Michael, you're one of the top writers. So easy. You just write. People respond, you get traction. But it's a journey. So until we start seeing life as a journey, and it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. little by little. We build. I love the analogy of, of building a house. You buy the land, clear the grass, the bushes, and you remove the trees. You get the blocks, you get a walk, you get your hands dirty. You little by little, you lay the foundation, you put blocks on it, and you have a very wonderful home that people want to live in. But it starts with a vision. It starts with a vision. I'm sharing a principle here. Did you know that failed dreams are often the victim of procrastination? Failed dreams are often the victim of procrastination. It's not because the dreamer does not possess the resources. I remember Dale Carnegie said in his book, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living, that we already have enough. We already have enough information. He says our problem is not ignorance, but inaction. Our problem is not ignorance, but inaction. They kind of believe that we already possess enough information, enough resources, strength, and power to lead happy, great, fulfilled, beautiful lives. Or our problem is what? Inaction, because we're not putting them in action. Some of us enjoy this place where we just learn and learn and learn, but we never get to practice. And it can get so comfortable. I know. I understand these long days. I'm not good enough. Let me show this way. I'm just remembering that. Did you know? I remember. I remember now. Clearly, I remember when I started playing the piano. We weren't in church. There was no one to play. I just took the piano, I got on it, and I was, just pressing the keys. Didn't even know what I was doing. I knew nothing about scales. I knew nothing about key signature, time signature. No, I just took it and I was doing it. It wasn't sounding well. I'm sure it was sounding, I'm sure people were like, what is it doing? Is it crazy? That gave me the courage, what I call the courage to say, I want to do this. Then I sought out, I went to a teacher or tutor who taught me how to play. But why am I telling you this? Yes, there's a place for training. There's a place for learning whatever you think you should learn. I'm not saying you should learn. I'm not saying you shouldn't train. But I'm saying don't get too comfortable. Don't spend all your years, all your time learning and training. The Bible even talks about that. Ever learning, but not coming to the knowledge of the truth. No, we shouldn't be doing that. We should get to a point where we say, I think I've learned enough to start. Then when you start, you learn on the job. And most jobs are like that. We all learn. For example, no one taught me how to do what I'm doing right now. You see, you got your iPhone, your computer, you're smarter than you think. And I know, I assume that if you just start, I believe that if you just take that bold step, because starting, most of the time, more often than not, is the most difficult part. Help will come. You will learn on the way. Because now you've given yourself, you've told yourself, I've got to do this. And you now know that you have to do whatever is necessary to make sure it all turns out well. Let me share with you another principle that I find helpful. Everything in nature starts small. Everything. No exception. A child is born after conception. You don't just start running the day you were born. If that happens, people will run away from you. It's going to be an aberration. What do you do? What do you think you do? You were born, you learn one step at a time, you stagger, you fall, you pick yourself up because people probably cheer you up. Your mom, your dad say, come on, do it, boy, do it, go, you can do it. And you begin to say, oh, I think I'm getting on to something here. I think I've got a hang of this. I can do this. And you see little by little, one little staggering, not so steady step, you begin to walk. That's a miracle. That's a marvel. And I remember a teacher of mine once said, when I was in business school, and I'll never forget that what he said, that no one can truly teach you how to ride a bicycle. I know that might sound obvious, but let me finish. You see what I'm trying to get out here. It's that you need to get on it. You need to do it. You need to circle. You shake. It's gonna be like you're gonna fall. It's gonna be like you don't know what you're doing. You stagger. You fumble. It's part of it. That's how life works. So you're not going to go to someone and say, would you please teach me how to ride a bicycle? And I was going to say, oh, all right, when you get on the bicycle, you hold the brakes, make sure you got these on, you stabilize yourself. Then I'm going to show you this video. I'm going to give you this book so you can read how to overcome fright, how to ride down, how to brake. Now, after that, you're going to take another lesson. That's nonsense. All you need is basic instruction. You get on the bike, and down the lane you go. Does that mean you're not going to fall? Of course not. Sometimes you fall. Anyone who's ever ridden a bicycle before knows that. But when you fall, what do? You pick yourself up, and you look back. You learn from your mistakes. Why did I fall? Then you adjust, you correct that. Going forward, you're now smarter, you're now stronger, but most importantly, you're getting better, you're more skillful. There's a tribe in Africa, and they have a saying that when you fall, you look back. But if you're not walking, if you're not running, if you're not in motion, there is no falling. There's nothing to look back to say I want to learn from. No, because you're sitting, you're just static, you're not moving. So my challenge to you today is, I don't know what is it that you've been planning to do for ages. I don't know. I have no idea. But since we are together today, I want to challenge. You want to start a business? I'm going to start when the economy improves. I'm going to start when inflation has gone down. No, you won't start. Because I know that. Because the Bible said, he who waits for the perfect time will never sow, never get anything done. I'm paraphrasing here. I hope you understand that. But it is true. Do you want to start a relationship? Do you want to get married? You want to start saving? You want to start investing? You want to learn how to play the piano? It just applies to everything in life. Wherever it is that you want to do, it is now. The day is now. You start now, you get started, you learn along the way. So, what is it going to be? After listening to all this, do you still want to take another course? Do you still believe that you need a better environment? Probably you're waiting on the inflation to come down, or maybe when we have a new president, a new governor, I don't know what it's like in your country. Here in England or in the UK, is it when the Tories are out of power? Then I'm going to start. You know what you've been putting on. Finally, in conclusion, Just I'm gonna let you go. In conclusion, I read a long time ago about a young boy who said, I'm gonna be happy when I finish primary school. No more homework, no more John, wake up, it's time to go to school. Then he finished primary school. So, oh, maybe I'm gonna be happy when I finish high school. You know what? I'm becoming a man, Teenage years full of fun. Then he got to high school, he finished. He figured I wasn't yet happy. And he said to himself, well, maybe when I go to college, and I graduate, and I'm gonna be happy. Surely I should be happy, He finished college. He wasn't happy. He said, oh, I think I know what I need. And I got a job. He got a job. He figured out life is even a little bit harder. I gotta go out every morning. There's no bed of roses when you're working. Said himself, no, I think I know when I don't work and when I get married. He got married. And he said to himself, I think when I retire, I know I can finally put all of this behind me. I am an empty nester. Keys are out of home. I paid for my mortgage paid. No debts, I'm free. And when he retired at the age of 65, it finally dawned on him. He finally realized when he looked back and he said to himself, it's all gone. It's all gone. It is all gone. What a shame. That is so sad. Because you know what? The only thing that makes a difference is this single word. Now. Now. Don't say tomorrow. Don't say when I have a job. Because life is full of challenges. And every phase you get to will bring its own set of peculiar, particular, and unique challenges. So whatever you want to do, when do you do it? Now. You want to start a YouTube channel? When do you do it? Now. You want to start a business? When do you do it? Now. You want to learn the piano? When do you do it? Now. Because now is the only time you've got. It's the only one in your hand. The past is gone. The future, we don't know. But as Christians, we have this faith, this confidence. We believe that God owns our tomorrow. And because He lives, we can face tomorrow. So there's no fear. We can face tomorrow with confidence, with strength, with courage. Be encouraged with His word. And if you have any questions, contributions, comments, please drop it in the comment box. And if you know better ways that I haven't covered, how to overcome procrastinations, how to overcome putting things off, please do share them with us. Because I really want to learn from you. And I believe others will want to hear your own story. And I want you to share your stories of how you've overcome, how you've managed to overcome putting things off in your own life. Because nothing beats personal experiences. Thank you once again. God bless you.